topic which I have selected for short talk is hypersensitivity pneumonitis. Hypersensitivity pneumonitis, also known as extrinsic allergic alveolitis, is a kind of ILD which is caused as a consequence of immunological response to variety of substances or toxins, which are also called triggers. So there are many substances which can cause hypersensitivity pneumonitis. There are around more than 300 causes which can cause hypersensitivity pneumonitis, but some of them are very common, and the most important ones are like in our part of the region, it is exposure to the moldy hay, which is called the farmer's lung disease. Then second is compost, which is also called as mushrooms worker lungs. And third is exposure to the moldy sugar cane, which is also called the bagasosis. And these are the different names given to the different types of hypersensitivity pneumonitis, depending on to which substances you are exposed to. And mostly in this, it is the spores in these moldy or your moldy sugar cane which causes the disease. But in the family of thermophilic actinomyces, which the spores of which causes this hypersensitivity pneumonitis. Then this may be because of exposure to the humidifiers or the air conditioners, or maybe exposure to the sauna or a steam bath. In those cases, it is the Mycobacterium avium complex to which the person is exposed to, and he gets this disease. And the another most important cause is exposure to the droppings of birds. And among those, the most important one is the pigeons, exposure to the pigeons. And actually in these, their excreta, there is an antigen which causes this hypersensitivity pneumonitis. So second, the pathophysiology of hypersensitivity pneumonitis is it is a non-IgE mediated disease, like the other allergic asthma and the atopic diseases, which are caused by the IgE mediated immunological response. It is non-IgE mediated immunological response, and here in this particular disease, it is the IgA and IgG mediated response to the inhaled antigen which causes the disease. And the site of involvement in lungs, it is in the alveoli and the terminal bronchioles. So it is at that part of the lungs where the entire process of immunological mediated injury occurs and the patient gets the disease. Then after pathophysiology comes the sign and symptoms. Sign and symptoms of the patient depends on the type of exposure. According to that, it is divided into 3 stages. There are 3 stages of this disease. One is acute stage, which occurs when the person gets heavy exposure suddenly to these offending allergens, and in that stage, it is basically the flu-like symptoms. Patient has cough, fever, malaise, and mostly these occurs 4 to 6 hours after the exposure to the antigens, and these symptoms remain for 12 to 24 hours. Then second is subacute stage, which is because of the persistent exposure to the offending allergens for a prolonged period of time. In those circumstances, patient mostly have the weakness, low-grade fever, and then cough, productive cough, malaise, weight loss, etc. And then third stage is chronic stage. Chronic stage is the kind of fibrotic stage of hypersensitivity pneumonitis, where there is mostly dyspnea is out of proportion, and the patient, there are other clubbing and other symptoms of this particular disease. Then comes the diagnosis of this disease. Diagnosis of this disease is made by the combination of your history of the patient, clinical findings, then your imaging of the patients, and certain laboratory parameters. In history, just I told you that it is the history of exposure to either your the birds or exposure to the moldy egg, and then the symptoms in the form of sudden fever and cough, breathlessness, and then imaging of the patients. In imaging, it is the X-ray of the chest and the CT scan of the chest. X-ray and CT chest shows particularly the involvements of upper lobe and middle lobe, and mostly depending on at what stage the imaging is done, there can be even normal X-ray, or there may be bronchiectasis, or there may be nodular findings on CT scan, and the characteristics, they are mostly upper or middle lobes of the lungs are involved. Then there are certain laboratory parameters. In laboratory parameters, we can check the IgG antibodies against the suspected allergens. But I would like to say over here that the presence of antibodies against the suspected allergen does not definitely clear-cut indicate that the patient is having hypersensitivity pneumonitis, because presence of antibodies only shows the sensitization of the patient to these offending allergens and not the disease of the hypersensitivity pneumonitis. Then in last, we will discuss the treatment part. In treatment part, the most important is avoidance of exposure to the offending allergens. Number one, which is most important. Second is to suppress the immunological response with the help of certain immunosuppressants. Among them, most important are steroids, then comes the mycophenolates, then comes the azathioprine, and then lastly rituximab, in that particular order. And lastly, in the chronic hypersensitivity pneumonitis, and where the lung fibrosis has become very extensive, you can opt out for lung transplantation also. So this is in short the particular on hypersensitivity pneumonitis. I hope you will like it and it will be informative to you also. Thank you.